Welcome to Cobras Weekly. I'm your host, Brian Schmidt. On today's show, we will review last Saturday's 48-33 win over the New York Streets, and we'll talk with head coach Billy Back. Our player spotlight, we'll talk to defensive lineman number 77, Walter Thomas. Then we'll talk about tonight's game against Jacksonville and the hated Jacksonville Sharks. All this on Cobra Weekly, so come back.
One night loaded with favorites from Alan Jackson. Friday, May 17th, Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Alan Jackson. Special guest, William Michael Morgan. Buy your reserve seat tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Country Music Hall of Famer, Alan Jackson on tour.
Triad, your home for sports, brings you all the excitement of your local National Arena League team. The 2018 national champions, the Carolina Cobras. Every home game live on My48. For tickets and info, visit COBRA002. My48, your home for sports. Carolina Cobras take on Columbus Lions Saturday, May 18th on My48.
Many are mediocre, but only few are excellent.
Ring of Honor, Saturday at 11 on My48. Don't miss all the action. My48 is my place for sports.
Welcome back to Cobras Weekly. Joining me as he does every week, head coach of the Carolina Cobras, Billy Back. Billy, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me back.
You didn't think we were coming back, did you?
I kind of figured we would be.
Oh, okay, well, that's good. 48-33 win over New York Streets in a game that's a little different for you. Normally, always offensive, huge, always big offensive output. You didn't have your starting quarterback. Quarterback you brought in gets hurt in the second quarter, and now you've got to bring in Jordan Jolly to play quarterback. Defense and special teams, though, was huge in this game.
Yeah, unfortunately, our quarterback got injured in the second quarter with a back strain. Got sacked. I had a little bit of cold feet during the first quarters anyway. But bringing Jolly in the game was more of a comfort level than having that quarterback in the game that we had in Matt Foltz, because Jolly's like a jack of all trades, and he knows the reads, he knows the options, what to give, what to take. He's got a baseball arm, he's got a cannon, and he's an athlete back there. So it gave us some options to work with, brought us back to some old school offense that we used to run back in the IFL, and allowed us to do some things.
Defense played huge. We talk every game about two of the three parts of football: offense, defense, special teams. If two of those three play well, you win. Normally, the offense is always one, and then defense or special teams, you may get two or three. This one, your defense and special teams was huge in this victory. Yeah,
defensively, that's a high-powered offense. E.J. Namath, their quarterback, like I said, he's an old-school guy. He's been around for a while. He knows the reads, he knows the throws. Basically calling his own plays out there. They had some pretty good, powerful receivers that we were impressed with. But the stops we made, the pressure we got on the quarterback, consistent hits that we had, led to the turnovers he had. I think he had 4 interceptions, and the consistent pressure that we had is just it pressure bust pipes. And then for our special teams to come in and just knock it out of the park, scoring 18 points on special teams, that's pretty much the difference in the game.
Yeah, Nick Belcher had an incredible game. 4 deuces, 2 field goals, 18 points in the game. And then when you needed it most, Cedric Poole comes with a huge return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we got the stop in the first drive of the second half. We had a stop. Offense sputters. Of course, we didn't plan on scoring a lot of points. And I told Rez, I said, we're not going to score a lot of points. You need to get some stops. And that 50-yard field goal Belcher hit to start the second half, and then the deuce right after really just made the difference. It kind of put us away, put us up. I think it put us up 10 and 12 after those kicks, so 2-score game. And then late in the game, only up 3 with 4 minutes in the game, Ced Poole gets past the kicker for a touchdown. So, our goal was to block the kicker so he could score, and he did that. So, proud of him.
When you look at a game like this, a Star Wars night, jerseys, a lot of hype, but you don't have your starting quarterback. Then the quarterback you have gets hurt. How do you adjust that with your team? What is the mentality that it takes to win a game like this? Because these are games that you normally do not win in situations like this.
It just shows the character and the strength of all your team. It isn't just about one person, or one coach. It's about what captains pull their weight. What everybody tug on the rope the same way. And our defensive line, our linebackers, our DBs, our receivers, our line, and fullback all pulled the weight for the quarterback. Then Jordan Jolly gets back there. I think our confidence level boosted with Jolly back there because he can run. He has the dynamic of running. We had some miscues late in the game on a couple calls I made that our blocking scheme wasn't sound. I didn't account for the blitzing Mac on one play, and it resulted in a touchdown for them after a perfect defensive stop, 4th and goal from the 1. We give right back to them, and they score. But there's some things we made mistakes on, but at the same time, our captains, our vets, our leaders made huge plays when it mattered, and the best team prevailed without the best quarterback in the league.
Got to feel good, though, to have Charles McCollum back this week.
It feels real good to get Chuck back. He's excited. He hates missing the game. He understands what he did was wrong, and that's out of character for him. He's normally on his P's and Q's, and he's back bouncing around full speed in practice, coaching, teaching, talking. Getting our offense ready to move the ball down the field on the hated Jacksonville Sharks.
All right, well, when we come back, highlights of the exciting victory at Greensboro Coliseum against the New York Streets. Don't go away.
Triad, your home for sports, brings you all the excitement of your local National Arena League team. The 2018 national champions, the Carolina Cobras. Every home game live on My48. For tickets and info, visit COBRA002.com. My48, your home for sports. Carolina Cobras take on Columbus Lions Saturday, May 18th on My48.
Many are mediocre, but only few are excellent.
Ring of Honor, Saturday at 11 on My48. Don't miss all the action. My48 is my place for sports.
All right, we're back, and let's talk about the highlights from the exciting 48-33 victory in Greensboro Coliseum. Billy, let's talk a little bit about these highlights. Beautiful night. Obviously, we had Star Wars night, so that's always a big deal. Had the characters there. What character would you be as a Star Wars?
Probably Yoda.
Probably
about
Yoda?
the same height as Yoda, knowledgeable, older, so Yoda.
So we come out down 7-0. Big pass to new receiver for us. Talk a little bit about him.
Yeah, I told Matt, I said, force this 4. Trust him on the post. I wanted it up a little bit higher. It was an underthrown ball that could have been batted down or picked, but Joyce made a great catch on it. Like I said, it needs to be out in front. Use his height, 6'4", threw it below, but we'll take it.
Julius Greger is a real good AFL vet receiver.
Yeah, he's a solid guy. Went to Shaw University.
Come right out. Big sack by Micah Robinson.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Micah's play this year so far. He's been one of our top defensive linemen. He's hard to block. He's a force, and he can use his hands really. They try to cut him here, and he's taught that at the high level at Syracuse, and just slings down the old big quarterback.
Now you had a situation. This is when Foles got hurt, and you bring in Jordan Jolly, first play at quarterback. No pressure.
None. I said just force it to the. Actually, I told him just dance around. I don't care what you do. We drew up a play in the dirt. Now it was an oversit, an overread. Duck, who's a vet for us, read it right. Caught a huge. It was third down. It was 3rd and 13 or so, and caught a huge first down, and powered his way to the end zone.
Duck
Great
had a
catch.
huge game, 10 catches.
Yeah, 10 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown. And Julius Greger kind of helps get him in there, but Duck was not being denied. It was pretty awesome to see. His celebration, he doesn't know what to do, so.
And, we got fans dancing, and one of your special fans there in the red bow.
Yeah, my daughter, she's a camera hog, trying to do the one time. Now she gets away from the game plan. Now she got everybody, could have had a good dance move.
Nick Belcher, first deuce on the night, it just was huge all night.
Yeah, Nick came clutch. That first kick he missed, we had to come to Jesus talk in the dugout area, and from there on, he was automatic.
Off the official, Cedric Poole with the interception.
It sounded like a shotgun hitting that official's shoulder, but to be there, Johnny on the spot, said Poole to make a great play, get his hands underneath to secure the catch. They couldn't even challenge it because it was a solid catch. Like I said, defense flew around. It was awesome to watch him play.
Yeah, it's nice when you get the official be that extra defender on this, and it certainly came into play here. This normally doesn't happen, but when it does, it can be a big play.
Yeah, and that's all. That was a huge turning point in the game for us because it was a stop to get us an opportunity to get a lead, but didn't prevail.
Little mix-up on their end means a big hit right here from Von Pittman.
Yeah, we knew the toss was coming. We were ready for it. We were slanting to it, but for that snap to be high and outside, Pitt had a great opportunity right there just to suffocate him and squeeze him down, and that's a big boy tackling a bigger boy. I take it back. That's a bigger boy tackling a big boy.
Right here, Greensboro's own James Summers with a little jet sweep run for a touchdown.
You got blue scoop on right there. It's a play call. It's a read option with two athletes playing. We got Jolly at quarterback, Summers at running back, and just student body left into the end zone on blue scoop. And it was awesome to see him run the ball. He's tough to tackle. He's tough to tackle. Here it is. He's reading the defensive end, backside end. If he'd have crashed anymore, he'd have pulled it and kept it, but the backside jack stayed home, so Jolly had a great read on that to give to Summers, who just smoothly walked in the end zone.
And right here we come out again, and little sack here. Who was that? That was Pittman again.
That was Micah Robinson.
That was Micah Robinson.
Micah on sack number 2 of the night. Had a good game. Like I said, he's been our most effective edge rusher all season, and he's doing well for us.
Huge field goal right here by Mr. Belcher, 50 yards.
I think this is the biggest play of the game. We had a stop in the first drive of the second half. We come out sputter offensively as we should with no quarterback, and Belcher bangs a 50-yard field goal with room to spare to give us points on a drive. Now, we had a lead going at halftime. Now it puts us up, 10 points, and we come out and kick a deuce. So we get 5 points off 2 plays from the kicker, almost like scoring a touchdown. So it's just as important to make those kicks as it is to score a touchdown in the game. So we got 5 straight points on a possession after a stop coming out of the second half of the game.
That was huge. And now a little trying to make a play, a little flip. Squally with the interception. Best jack linebacker in arena football as far as I'm concerned.
Johnny on the spot. Squally is going to ride that skateboard, get on that skateboard and smoothly ride it. He's always everywhere. He knows the game, understands the game. This is a big pick right here by Darius Thomas. Big pick.
That was a huge play, and that was one that got reviewed. They talked about it. Is it a pick? Is it not? And they called it a pick.
Had possession on the way to the turf.
Jordan
this is
Jolly
Cowboy
running on the touchdown.
Blue Cowboy baited him in. That was a great pickup by our fullback, Deshaun Johnson. So
this was me as the biggest play of the game right here. This return after New York had scored. This return by Cedric Poole for a touchdown.
They were within 3 and said Poole breaks out of a tackle. Got a great convoy. Mike Green getting the kicker finally. Kicker falls down. Don't have to worry about him tackling Said this week. It was huge, gigantic. Here's one of the big plays of the game. Big Walter Thomas just abuses Deshaun Bird, gets his hands in the passing lane for Cedric Poole, Squally's second pick of the game.
And we finish off the game with another deuce. Just a great game from the special teams.
Adding points in special teams is huge. 18 points out of Belcher this week was a difference in the game, and it was great.
It's a huge win.
Yeah, big win.
All right, when we come back, our player segment with the big man, number 77, Walter Thomas. Come on back.
Let's go, baby. Feel great. Rock and roll, man. Here we go. Let's go.
In 2016, a league was formed.
3-0. Oh, what a play! Oh, what a hit. Look out.
In 2018, a franchise was born.
Excellent block, but let's watch this again. Watch McCollum.
That led to a national championship.
Watch Jolly here with his arm wrapped around. There's a play that and I don't see McCollum running too often, but when he does, he's extremely effective. He's always trying to.
We made a point tonight who MVP really is, who the first team players really are. For you guys in this city here, best fans in the league, best franchise in the league.
The hardest hits, the most intense action, the best wrestling on the planet. Ring of Honor Wrestling. Creating excellence every week.
Ring of Honor, Saturday at 11 on My 48. My 48 is my place for sports.
Our Carolina Cobras player segment today, we're joined by the big man, number 77, Walter Thomas. Big Walt, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me here.
All right, first of all, we got to talk about this big old thing on your finger right here. What exactly is that?
Championship ring from 2018.
We do it right here. I love that ring.
When we smacked the, what were we playing?
Lions.
The Lions. I forgot their name. Sorry.
Didn't hear him announce much that game.
So let's talk a little bit about your college career. You went to Oklahoma State University. Talk a little bit about your career at Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I left out of Galveston Ball and went to Oklahoma State. Played there for a little bit and was actually leaving there to do a transfer to Miami, but it didn't work out the way I wanted to, and I ended up going to the draft early.
Okay. So you've been playing professional arena football now, it seems like forever. You are known as one of the biggest and best dominant defensive linemen in the game. Talk a little bit about your pro career, what you've done, where you've been. Talk a little bit about you and what has made you such a dominant defensive lineman.
I've been a little bit of everywhere when it came to arena football. I started off a little early when they had Arena 2, the Deuce, with the Dorados. Also was a free agent with the Saints, but after that, that's when I came in with the Dorados. I was supposed to go to the Rattlers, but Arena 1 was shut down that year, and everybody went to the Deuce. Next year, went back with the Rattlers, left there, went to the Predators, Orlando, Lafayette, Louisiana, and I stopped playing, I think, then for about 3 years, and then that's when I met Billy back, and we've been rolling ever since.
Billy, talk about this man, because you guys have been together for, it seems like he's become such a big part of the family.
Oh, he's huge. I mean, the first time I met him, he walked into the practice facility in Texas and said he wanted to play. I was just like, well, yeah, absolutely. We leave Friday, So we played him that game, and he's fresh off the couch. But he moved the center to the back to the quarterback. The plays he was in dominated, and of course, I knew of his pedigree, how good he was, come out of college and with the Saints and stuff, and so it was a no-brainer to get him. And from that point on, it dialed him back in, and every year he's been the most dominant defensive lineman. You don't get a lot of credit for the things he does, because the nose guard position doesn't get many sacks opportunities in the IFL, the NAL, because you open up a lot of outside pressure from the edges. I think that's something that he didn't get a lot of credit for. But when he pushes that center back to the quarterback's lap, he has to go right or left. Otherwise, he's getting crushed and sacked by Walt. So he's been the most dominant force for us, for any team, any league. Their game plans have always been around Walt up front. And if you don't double down or try to slide to him or do whatever you can to slow him down, it's going to be a long night for your quarterback.
So, well, talk a little bit about playing for Billy. You've been with him forever. You had opportunities to go other places and you stayed. Talk about why you do that and what is so great about him.
Family, you know. Even it's been times that I have left and tried other opportunities, but even so, then it wasn't never the same. I was just there compared to being here with Billy and Charles and Jordan Jolly and the guys I've been around so long. The environment that we have and the way the team, you know, forms around us is just not the same being somewhere else. So my loyalty is with Billy.
Well, he's got a lot of input too in what we do. I mean, you know, what he says is, you know, he's out there playing the game. He knows what's going to work for him, work for our line, opposed to us coaches who are over there standing, you know, looking good in polos.
Right.
He's out there busting chops and they say, yeah, this is going to work. We're going to do this, and we're like, absolutely, let's do it. And that's what makes us so successful, because we take the input of our key guys. And, you know, and plus, like I said, it is a family. You know, you want to be around guys you enjoy being around for 5 months, 6 months, 7 months.
Right.
That's what it's all about. It's all about the chemistry and the camaraderie.
Talk about the defense this year. Been a very dominant first 3 games. Talk about what the defense has done.
We just locked in right now. I think we're just locked in. We're with the game plan. Everybody wants to win. Everybody believes in the game plan. That's the most important part, to believe in what we got going on. And we all communicate with each other between players and coach. If we say, hey, coach, we think that play's not going to work. And they say, well, go ahead and try it. You know, go ahead and do what you think is going to work. And if it don't work, hey, we'll go back to whatever coach needs us to do, or we'll figure something out. But that defense has just become so tight-knit with each other, and we've been able to feed off each other's vibe on that field to make plays, you know, and we just feel like nobody can stop us.
Well, it's been fun watching you play this year. You came back in such great shape. You've been so dominant in the first 3 games, and I have no doubt that you're going to continue to dominate the rest of the year. So I want to thank you for joining us.
I appreciate you having me here.
All right, coming up, we are going to talk about the hated Jacksonville Sharks. Stick around.
The hardest hits, the most intense action, the best wrestling on the planet. Ring of Honor Wrestling. Creating excellence every week.
Ring of Honor, Saturday at 11 on My 48. My 48 is my place for sports. Triad, your home for sports, brings you all the excitement of your local National Arena League team. The 2018 national champions, the Carolina Cobras. Every home game live on My 48. For tickets and info, visit COBRA002.com. My 48, your home for sports. Carolina Cobras take on Columbus Lions Saturday, May 18th on My 48.
Welcome back, and now it's time to talk about tonight's game against Jacksonville Sharks in Jacksonville, Florida this week. You can come on out tonight and join us at Cooper's Ale House at 7 o'clock for the watch party. So, Billy, let's talk about Jacksonville Sharks. They're 2-1. They lost their opener against New York Streets, but they've won 2 in a row. This has always been a team that's always been one of the better teams in the league. So talk a little bit about them and what we're going to see.
Yeah, I think the first game they had this year, I think they kind of took the New York Streets lightly. You know, New York is a great team, but I feel Jacksonville is a better team. You know, I feel like they should be undefeated, but they weren't prepared for that first week 1 game. So we're looking at it as it's undefeated versus undefeated. They played well the last 2 weeks, put up some high numbers, high points. Defensively, they're playing better than they were the first 2 weeks. Last week they held Massachusetts to 30 points in the game. But at the same time, they got, to me, one of the best receiving corps in the arena game. You know, with Fortson, Neal, Devin Wilson, Gilchrist off the bench, Cody Saul coming in as well, and Bain throwing the football. You know, they got some players that we have to contain and keep control of. So, you know, we're excited. You know, we got a pretty good game plan. It's going to be a hard-fought battle because there is a ownership rivalry going on with it. So, you know, we got them pretty good 3 times last year out of 4, and I'm sure they're going to be chomping at the bit to get to us.
Talk about playing in Jacksonville, because this has usually been a place where there are 9,000 a game, very loud. Does it change your approach going into this game?
No, it doesn't have to. Our guys have to weather the storm. It's going to be loud. They're a wild environment. They got great fans. They're going to get on you. They're going to put you down. They're going to buy you beer after the game. So it's going to be a good environment for our guys. But last year we took the momentum air out of the building from the second half on. Taking advantage of things. And so we have to do the same thing this week. We got to make sure that our guys take care of the little things and allow the big things to take care of themselves.
Now, I want to bring up something because I know this is happening again this year. Talk about the walkthrough in Jacksonville with the players, because this is something that's really cool. And when we did this last year, it led to a big win. And it's something that you've always had some interesting walkthroughs. Talk about Jacksonville's.
Well, we're going to do it on the beach. We're going to go to the beach and enjoy what Jacksonville has to offer, because we know why to go to a place and just be bland and boring. And these guys are a 5-month business trip, and for us to go places like Jacksonville or Maine or wherever, you want to try to see the sights that they have to offer. And so our walkthrough will be on the beach. We'll get wear our tank tops and David Hasselhoff shorts out there, run around, and go eat some shrimp and lobster afterwards.
I need to be on this trip.
You do. You're going to miss out a good one.
I think
it's always a good time on the road.
I think we're going to have to go on the road. I missed that.
It's always a good time.
So, you guys ready for this game? You feel good?
Yeah, we're ready. We got our captain back, and defense we're 100%. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's ready to go, and it should be a good one.
Well, we wish you luck, and I know we're going to have quite a few people watching at Cooper's Ale House. So you're going to have a good contingent of people here in Greensboro cheering everybody on.
Yeah, well, we're excited for bring back a W to the city of Greensboro. Be 1-0 is the goal each week, and so we're prepared to do that, and hopefully be 4-0 at the end of the week.
Thanks for joining me this week.
Thanks for having me on again.
I need to get you here next week.
I'll be back.
All right. Join us next week where we'll talk about this Jacksonville Sharks game, and then we'll talk about our home game against the Orlando Predators, which is on that Friday. So come back and join us, and thank for everybody for being here.